What's up, everybody? So this one is a follow-up video on how to number in Coreldraw. This is a more in-depth video. I don't know if it will be longer, but then there's a shorter video. The link is in the description. If you need to learn how to number in Coreldraw 2022, this is a more in-depth video to show you of various ways you can play around with the numbering in Coreldraw. So it's actually a bit long, at least I hope it won't be too long, but you can actually go and see my other video, which is actually much shorter. So let's begin. So let's say, for example, you need to number tickets in Coreldraw. Let's say our ticket size, let me just use this business card size. Put that in millimeters. Okay, right. So you have your business card here. So as you know, you can fit 10 business cards onto an A4 sheet, etc. Nothing new there. So let's say we've designed our ticket. Let's say this is a raffle ticket, or it's a receipt. Let's call it a receipt. So we've designed our receipt here. We've added maybe our lines there. I'm just doing this a bit quick. Let's just say this is our receipt design. We have our text, whatever, etc. We've designed our single receipt to the size that we want, and then now we need to also add our numbers. So let's just say you add your number there. Let's say our number is going to be sitting here. Let's say it's going to be maybe a smaller size. Do whatever. You don't need to add this. This is just me doing that. I'm going to be adding the number here in this blank space. My design is everywhere else. Doesn't really matter. Maybe you've already used your rulers to figure out where you need to space things, etc. Right. So the first step, you need to keep in mind when designing that you cannot add numbers to something that's been stepped up while designing. What I mean by stepping up is this is one receipt, but to have a receipt book, you need maybe 6 of these receipts on a single A4 page, right? Remember that. You need 6 of these receipts on a single A4 page. So if you design 6 of these here, while you're still in this design, like for example, what's been done here, right? You already have these two. This is actually wrong. Since this is the same design, what should have been done here was that I should have gotten rid of, this is not my design anyways, but should have gotten rid of everything that's here and then scale down my paper, or just scale it like this. So this is supposed to be A5. So I was supposed to have this design to be on an A4 paper like this, and then maybe scale them up and have 2 of them during print, not right now. So what had happened to this design was that they had already been scaled here before we had gone to print, which is wrong if you intend to number these. So I already have my single ticket here, right? Let's say this is our entrance ticket, right? Whatever it is. You have your design there, you've added your colors, etc, whatever it is. You finish your design. Adding numbers now is you have to go to file and then print merge, create load, print merge, right? The next step is to ignore pretty much everything here, but here just add column. You can name it anything you want. So for example, this is the numbers that I intend to use for tickets, but it's the first number, so maybe I'll just say ticket 001 or something like that, but whatever. You can name it anything. You can name it doesn't really matter, but I usually just name them according to the number, so 001. And then type, choose your type as numeric, right? And then for field options, choose your format, so mine will be 001 here, right? And then starting value, my first ticket should be ticket number 1. If you use continually increment value, what this does is that it's if you print, as long as if you print maybe like 20 copies of these tickets, right, as long as there's paper, it will just continue to number them. So for example, it will start at ticket number 1, go on to ticket number 2, number 3, 4, 5, right? And then once it's reached maybe ticket number, maybe you intend to have 100 tickets, if there's 101 sheets of paper, it will print out ticket number 101, and then 102, 103, and it won't stop. But maybe you intend to have tickets for 001, and then after you have maybe 50 tickets, you intend to have another 001 ticket. So if you uncheck this, you can choose an ending value. So for those tickets, you now have ticket maybe up to ticket number 50. So this is your last number. So once it reaches number 50, if you continue to print, it will then print ticket number 51. No, sorry, it will print ticket number 1 instead of number 51. So the next step is to just hit add. And then now you have your numbers, the last number being number 50 and the first number being your 001. So you can expect your numbers from here. So let's say you need to number 2 numbers on this ticket. So maybe this is ticket number 001, but ticket number 001 needs to have maybe another number alongside it, or you're trying to print 2 books on the same page. For example, you need maybe to print a receipt book and an invoice book side by side. The trick here I'll show you a little later in the video. You just need to visit maybe the timestamp that I'll add if I get the time. But then what you can do then is hit add column before you move on to the next thing. So add column, so let's say 001 is my tickets, right? And then I need a new column for maybe an invoice book, right? That's on same design here. So I'll just say invoice, numeric, format, repeat the steps, different format maybe. Let's say my starting number is maybe number 700. That'll be 701, and then my ending value will be at 750, and then I just hit add. So now I have 2 books that can be placed side by side, 001 and book number 701. You can do this for 51 etc, right? And then here I just hit finish. Now I have these 2 fields that can be added. So let's say for my tickets, I'll add field 001, right? There we go. And then all I need to do now is resize this according to my needs. And then you can change the color from here. You can also adjust the font, and then you are ready to number this, right? So all you have to do now is either hit file, print, or you can just say perform print merge. It's the same thing. The only difference here is, let me start over. If you perform print merge, it will print out whatever it is you have here with the numbers. If you hit file print, right, control P, file print, it will ask you whether you want to print your document with the numbering, which is perform print merge, or if you want to just print the document without the numbering. So I will go to perform print merge because I want to print out these numbers. Hit OK. Keep that in mind. And then here you can select your printer. Mine is not connected, but I'll just hit print to PDF, same concept. I will then add maybe portrait because I want this to be A4 etc. um okay, right, and then go to print preview. So now, as you can see, this is an A4 sheet of paper, but now I have my business card size to seat. So now the trick here is to step it up from here, like I told you before. So I want my receipt book to have let's see, business card type number, 10 receipts on my book. So now you have your numbers here: 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and all you need to do now is just print. Right, as you can see, my 9, 10. Next page, 15, 16, 17, 18 starts from 11, and then the next page and the next page, and then I have all 50 numbers accounted for. Right, so now let's see what happens if I need to tear off these numbers from the right and my binding is coming to the left. You go to this imposition layout tool over here, click on that, and then change your numbers from here. So for example, I want my 001 to be here, so I'll put my 1 here, and then my 2 over here, my 3, my 5, my 7, and my 9. And then from this side I'll have my 2, my 4, my 6, my 8, and my 10. So this just shows you how you can play around with this numbering. It's really very accurate and very simple and saves a lot of time. So now, as you can see, we have our number 1 there, our number 2 there, 3, 4. You can actually go 1, 2, 3, 4 going down, and you only need to do this once. As you can see from here, 21 is there, 22, 23, 24. You can switch them up like this: number 1 here, number 2 there, number 3 there, and it will do that for you. So as you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, L4 goes there, etc, because we messed that up anyways. And then all you need to do now is print, and you have all your numbers there. So now let me give you an example of what happens if you need to number two separate items, right? Like I said for this one. So then remember, we've already created these two fields, right? Let's say we have a document that looks like this, and we need to have this number and this number. These are two different numbers, right, for each of that. So we'll go to our file and our print merge, and we'll do those steps all over again. And then now we have these our two columns, remember? And then what you need to do is just hit finish and then add your numbers onto the document. So for example, I want this document to have the 001. Maybe I need the 001 to be in yellow. And then for this one, I need it to start from a different number that I've edited, and maybe it needs to be green. Or I can actually use the same 001 to number that book as well. So let's say I then just add the same set of numbers here, and they're in red. There we go. And then all I need to do is perform my print merge, rinse and repeat, same steps, nothing new there. Okay, there we go. And then just print preview. And then this is our result: our 001s, our 002s, 003s, 4s, 5, page 10, all the way to 50. So what happens if we need to print out this document, right? But maybe we need to have 3 numbers going down here and then 3 numbers going down there. So let's say this invoice is stepped up into 3 parts. right? All you need to do is step it up from this print dialog, uh, maybe like that, right? And then you'll have your separate books. So as you can see, I have my first book here, 2122, and then my second book, my 2122, go there. So what you need to keep in mind when designing is if you have two books, like maybe these are A6 books or smaller, you can only step up the numbers from this print dialog. Do not do it in your design, do it from here. So maybe if you need to design, like for example, look, I had to have maybe if these books had been maybe A5s or A6s, what happens is in order to step it up, I would have to design maybe like a strip here instead of the whole A4 page. Just design the strip with the two books and then step it up from this print dialog so that you will have your 1, 2, 3, 4 separate designs from here. So thank you for watching. Hope that was thorough. Any questions or challenges, feel free to email me. My email will be in the description. If my email doesn't work, just leaving a comment here. I usually check my YouTube. Um, don't forget to like, subscribe, and request for more. Thank you.